Raise camera for better angle. Jeez, this thing's giving me bloody tips. Yeah, sorry. I just was walking downstairs and I had a bit of a moment. It's kind of cool. You can see these like masks that my parents have. It's pretty cool. Random stairwell. What was I thinking? Oh, why'd I get emotional? Yeah, I was just talking to my mate Adrian in the UK, and just in general how I miss my friends, and thinking about Ali and just how cool she is, and just how much I love my friends, and I just haven't really been able to do a huge amount. Over the last, I don't know, since whenever I started treatment, which is probably like June-ish or something, or August, September, October, November, December, January, fuck, 5 months. It's not like I haven't seen anyone, but I just haven't been able to interact and be with all my friends all the time. Which I'm a pretty social person, to be honest, but I miss that. For one thing, treatment kind of teaches you just got to be patient. I'm a pretty patient person, I'd say, in general. End of cycle 5 of 8. It's Tuesday of my off week, which is last week. So last Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday I had the chemo, and then it's last couple of days it gets out of me, and it's Tuesday today, and I woke up real good. Woke up with a good energy, had a good sleep, 8 hours, and feeling good. Just had breakfast and gonna do some stretching, then meditation, then eat some more, hit the gym, and then go to the beach. And I'm sure I'll be very tired by that. I'm not sure if I'll have a nap today. Literally every day I have a nap. Like yesterday, 3 hours in the afternoon. This like cloud comes over me, and I just have to go to sleep. So today my energy level feels a bit higher though, so I'm hoping then I don't have to nap it. Even if I nap, maybe that's not the worst thing in the world. So, but I feel good, and the stomach feels good. My energy levels feel good, and this week I've just been on point with my diet. Nutrition is like everything, man. So I don't know if I told you, but yeah, basically I've been pescatarian for like at least 3-4 months now. People always ask me why, and it's because I talk to nutritionists, and they like, look, vegetarian is like the only kind of proven diet for a less likely, what do they call it, recurrence of cancer. So I was like, well, if there's like, I need a scientific basis for stuff. That's how my brain works. And I was like, well, if that's the case, then I'll do it. And I still love, I want to see I see people eat meat, and I'm like, damn, that meat looks great. But yeah, I haven't eaten chicken or red meat or any, just basically fish and shellfish. I've been eating. I haven't really missed it. It made me expand my diet range, so I eat a lot more legumes. So like this week, every single day, I make sure I have one meal which has a legume, so like chickpeas or beans, in other areas, so lentils, all this kind of stuff. So I make sure that I have one meal every day. And especially this week, because like last week, man, like by the end of the cycle, so the end of that week, like I just poop like a machine. Sorry, but that's what I do. And so basically a lot of nutrients I leave my body, and like I don't think I'm absorbing everything in my diet, and I get these crazy cravings like for stuff, like so not me. So yeah, so this week, like today's the first day, and like I feel like, yeah, my body's like back. My stomach bacteria is good, and it's absorbing stuff. So I need to like just like make sure I'm eating great foods, and getting strong this week, because next week it's kind of like, what is it? It's kind of what they sorts of saying: 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Bloody hell. But yeah, it's really good. And just so you're aware, like, so the two areas where cells die the quickest or are regenerated, so mitosis, so cell division, I've been learning a little about that, is in the mouth and also the stomach. So they're the two areas that chemo affects the most, because they're the cells that are dividing all the time, so they get killed off the quickest. And actually, I don't know if you can see that. You can see the ulcer. The thing underneath it is just, I bloody bit my lip like twice yesterday and it started bleeding, but you can see I had an ulcer. So I get mouth ulcers are very common during chemo. Honestly, I think it was more got to do with emotional stress, which I'll maybe tell you about. But yeah, and then obviously the stomach. So they're the two areas that get affected. Hence, I get diarrhea and stuff on the on week and everything. But honestly, the diarrhea last week, I was pooping a huge amount. Sorry to talk about this, but it's my life. I was pooping heaps, but it wasn't like diarrhea. It was just very soft stools, which is great, and it felt fine. No pain when I go to the toilet now compared to the radiation. Man, the radiation stuff. Man, chemo is like sucks, because I'm just always tired, and I don't feel myself because they give me all these bloody drugs. Besides the chemo, like steroids and anti-nausea stuff, and that just knocks me out, and I don't like that. But at least I'm not getting blasted from the inside with radiation. So like, yeah, I don't have any of the fears or anxiety that I had for the chemo radiation treatment phase 1. This is just straight up a lot more chemo, which obviously it sucks as well, but it's not as bad as like having physical pain because they've like burning my insides. Fuck. That was a crazy time, mate. Oh man, that was a crazy time. So yeah. What else is anything else on my mind? But no, I just miss my friends, and but I feel all their support and energy and positivity for me, so that's fucking strong. That's good stuff. As I was thinking before, like, I got the best support teams around me, and if I relate it back to basketball, as I always do, like, I got an injury and then I have all these people around me to like support me and make me better, so I just got to focus on getting better, which I love, which I enjoy. I embrace the grind, embrace the process, trust the process. No, like, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts, and the thing is, like, sure, you don't want to focus on the outcome, right? You want to focus and enjoy the process. So that's why 5.5 months, man. I never miss a day. I never miss a day working out. If I have to do it, I just bloody do it. I don't even make it a choice. That's what I do. Embrace the process and enjoy that process. And I do. I love the grind. Bloody thing stuck in my. Just an example, like Mondays when I get the chemo, and then I take home the bottle. I go straight to the park. I try to do interval running with my chemo bottle. And then Tuesday I try to do exercise, and Wednesday I get disconnected from the bottle. It's only 2 nights, it's not too bad. And straight to the park, embrace the grind, play basketball. Just do it, man. Don't make it a choice, just do it. So yeah. I get excited about, I can't think too much in the future. Like, I honestly, my perspective of time is just so strange. It really is a day by day thing. But the one thing I get excited about and happy about is, I think, like, I probably had cancer. They say at least takes about 6 years at least to get to that size that I had. And I think of all the things I did during that time, like triathlon and just being great. That was awesome. It was like, and then I think like, wow, if I did that with cancer, imagine like now that I don't have cancer, imagine how strong and how everything I can be, how fit I can be, how building my emotional muscles. And I think, wow, man, like that's exciting. I finish in Feb, build up my strength over a couple months. Man, Jolie 2.0, I keep thinking like, geez, I'm gonna be bloody great. It was like that before with cancer, man. Without cancer, shit, I'm like hella strong. So yeah, that's exciting, but I can't really think about that yet. I just like when I finish treatment, embracing the grind of like I can now like obviously my workouts are like strengthening is like every second week, and it's like man, I'm like last week I had chemo, so like it's not like I mean, as I said, one step forward, two step back, but like when I finish treatment, I think like, geez, man, just building my strength and making sure, and as much as physical strength, like emotional strength and like emotional muscle. So I've been listening to a huge amount of podcasts on emotions and that whole area, and I feel like I'm getting better at expressing them. Like, sure, I cry a lot, but I'm just better at like releasing emotion now and accepting that, and like that it's not a weakness, and like it's good to show emotion, and that like it's a healthy way to get it out. That's been my biggest learning all through all of this. Like I think we all struggle, especially men, struggle releasing emotion, and it's a sign of weakness, and there's this huge stigma attached to it. And through all the like podcasts I've been listening to, and like listen to this psychologist, Dr. Tim Sharp, has been amazing. The Be a Man podcast, I'll make sure I'll link to that. It's been really great for me, and I've just been listening to a huge amount of like basically building my emotional toolbox, and having tools to release emotion. And like as I said, it is strange that like these videos I actually really enjoy. I actually find it easier to speak to this video than I do to my wife, and that's an area I'm still improving. Communication is key. And I'm getting better at definitely one, showing emotion in front of my wife, expressing how I feel and expressing what my emotions are, because sometimes we don't even know. We're never trained on this, right? We never, as men, we're like culturally, especially in Australian culture, also Finnish culture, my mum's side, Aussie, we're never trained. We don't have emotional role models, man. Like think about what men have as emotional role models. We have sport role models. We have like scientists and all these areas for role models. But like emotional role models as men, like who are they? So it's not like we know how. Well, we don't even know what our emotions are. So just labeling it is honestly like the first step, and then having ways to express it is like the second step. But I'm still learning, and I will continue to learn. It's actually a super interesting area for me, and who knows, I might go back to school in this one. But yeah, emotional well-being for men is been really good. And as I said, like just because I was crying before doesn't mean I'm sad. Well, maybe I was sad at that moment, but it's healthy. It's really healthy to get my emotions out. And what to say about this ulcer? So sure, the chemo gives me ulcers, but the like after a lot of, I have like 3 things that I do in my emotional toolbox now. So one is to get out, to understand what my emotions are. One is I journal. So I've been writing, just type stuff out, so I get stuff out of my brain. And the second one is meditation. So I find when I do meditation, it puts my mind in a space where like things can bubble up, which I probably, because there's so many thoughts going through your mind during the day, you don't kind of have that space for those emotions to come up, so you can kind of understand myself. And there's a third thing which I do, which I can't remember off the top of my head right now. So yeah, with those kind of things in play, so going back to what that means. So for my ulcer, I realized after a few days, instead of like a month, of like trying to distract myself and not understand my emotions, I can get it down to about 2 days now. I realized I was just really scared of the next week of chemo. Like, so That's why I think I got this ulcer. And as soon as I realized that and I expressed it and I wrote it out and I spoke to my wife about it, I released it, like the ulcer started to go away. So yeah, labeling, understanding, and trying to build that emotional muscle is going to be a continued process. But as I said, I embrace that process. I'm not worried at all about that. Anyway, what I got to do? I got to go do my stretching, do my meditation, hit the gym, hit the beach. It's a pretty good life. It is pretty good. Not complaining. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. I'm sure I'll see you shortly. Cheers.